Let me log into the system and see what has to be done.
So where did this term artificial intelligence come about? It was coined by John McCarthy in 1956, in which he defined artificial intelligence as the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. In the modern times, AI can also be defined as such. Essentially, AI can be seen as a tool used by humans to aid in tasks which are previously thought to be more complex or time-consuming. So, what is powerful? According to dictionary.com, the most relevant definition of powerful in this case would be having great power, authority, or influence. This means to say that AI is powerful in the sense that it can be applied to many areas, from understanding human speech, self-driving cars, playing games, and of course analytics. AI has also crept into the education field and grew rapidly. When we think of AI, the first thing that comes to mind would be machine learning. And the most iconic representation of machine learning would be the Go match between AlphaGo and Lee Sedol, who is one of the strongest players in the history of Go. In 2016, AlphaGo sealed 4-1 victory over Lee Sedol, and this result shook the world. More notably, AI has improved communication tremendously, making it possible for people around the world to communicate easily. Besides that, the introduction of personal assistant has also enhanced people's standard of living and made their lives more convenient. It is said that self-driving cars are able to reduce the number of accidents or serious crashes due to human error or poor choices. If autonomous cars can significantly reduce the number of crashes, the economic benefits could be enormous. AI analytics. AI analytics often improves a data analyst's capabilities in terms of speed, the scale of data that can be analyzed, and the granularity of the data that can be monitored. So what about education? What does AI has to offer for education? AI can help free teachers' time by automating tasks which are repetitive in nature. In bypassing the educator, AI leaves more time for them to focus on lesson planning, curriculum research, or improving students' engagement. AI can also be used to analyze students' performance, processing large amounts of students' learning data quickly, thereby identifying students' strengths and weaknesses within seconds. Personalization is one of the biggest trends in education. With the use of AI, students now have a personalized approach to learning programs based on their unique experiences and preferences. Plus, AI-powered solutions can analyze students' previous learning histories, identify weaknesses, and offer courses best suited for improvement, providing many opportunities for a personalized learning experience. Just to name some examples of personalized learning, it can provide students with tailor-made study materials, and students get to choose their preferred learning modes so that they can get the most out of their education. AI-powered tools make learning accessible for all students, anytime and anywhere. Each student learns at their own pace, and 24/7 access makes it easier for students to explore what works for them without waiting on an educator. Additionally, students from all around the world can gain access to high-quality education without incurring traveling and living expenses. All in all, AI has proven itself to be powerful in many areas, especially in the field of education. It has brought everyone closer together and expedite many processes which are thought to be tedious and time-consuming in the past. Despite the advantages mentioned in the earlier section of the video, there are challenges in using AI. Data privacy and security is the immediate question that comes up in any discussion regarding data ethics. The challenge lies in using personal data while ensuring the protection of individual privacy preferences and personally identifiable information. The collection and use of data must be anchored on expressed and informed consent, transparency, and fairness. This is a known problem. AI systems learn and amplify human biases. In this case, when an AI-powered EdTech system was trained on data annotated by humans, the human's bias tainted the data, which in turn infected the algorithms, which in turn produced biased outcome. This is the last thing we want to see in education, whereby every move that educators make will have adverse effect on students. Therefore, biased outcomes should be minimized when AI undergo training. These are the two major issues of using AI in education that we should look out for. Therefore, AI is not as powerful as it seems to be. Is AI so powerful that it can ever replace teachers? In fact, AI is a double-edged sword. If educators can utilize it well, they will not only benefit themselves, but the teaching fraternity as a whole. After all, in my own opinion, AI is a tool for usage, not something that can replace teachers. This is the future that we may see in classrooms, whereby every student is engaged in AI tools to learn and communicate with each other. Is AI going to lead future trends in education, or is it a great assistant to educators in empowering students' learning? This brings me to the million-dollar question. So where are we now? And where are we going towards? According to Ouyang and Jiao 2021, Artificial Intelligence in Education, AI for short, has been undergoing several paradigmatic shifts, which are characterized into three paradigms: AI-directed, learner as recipient; AI-supported, learner as collaborator; and AI-empowered, learner as leader. Based on current Singapore education system, we have moved away from paradigm 1, in which learners are recipients of knowledge and executors of learning activities. Comparing to paradigm 1, paradigm 2 makes a critical move towards the learner-centered human learning through mutual interaction and sustained collaboration between the learner and the AI system. This is more like the current Singapore education system. Paradigm 3 is characterized as AI-empowered, learner as leader, which holds learner agency at the core of AI and views AI as a tool to augment human intelligence. It aims to empower learners to take full agency of learning, optimize AI techniques to provide real-time insights about emerging learning, and retain learning changes brought by AI in complex, interconnected learning systems. And this is where we are aiming towards. In summary, we are heading towards an AI-empowered education whereby learners are the leaders of their own education. In that case, what will be teachers' role in future? Firstly, I think teachers of the future should be facilitators of learning. Teachers will no longer be the sole source of knowledge, but instead, students also have the autonomy and agency to decide how their learning should be and what they want to achieve at the end. Not only that, teachers of the future should also be excellent designers of their learning environments, activities, and projects. This is because good planning of learning activities will allow students to acquire skills and knowledge, which are essential in an AI-empowered learning environment. With the use of AI, learning can be further enhanced. But more importantly, we need to know what makes us human, and that will set the tone of our role as teachers in the future. This is a quote from George Lucas. We, humans, have the human touch that AI cannot offer. The way we speak to our students, the casual conversations when we meet our students along the hallway, the times when we accompany our students to the sick bay when they are not feeling well. These are the things that we, as teachers, are doing and should continue to be doing. What AI can't do is to be a source of inspiration for learning, unlike a human teacher. Teachers are there to motivate students when they are down, speak to them and offer help. Teachers can share about their personal experiences, which are invaluable and may touch the hearts of some. The importance of empathy in the learning process is higher than it seems. We need the ability to feel what others are feeling and to respond to others' emotions appropriately. This is not something AI can do, let alone replacing teachers in this aspect. In the end, these are what make us human.